in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through something that I've learned after crossing 7 figures in sales in one of my online stores, okay? Which is, how do you do like critical management, right? When your numbers aren't looking good. Number one, what to look out for. And number two, once you know that, how do you fix it? I'm just going to refresh this so you know this is my store. This is an actual store. You know, we're not faking numbers here, right? And this store does really, really well every single month. And one of the best things about this store is I don't have to work hard on it. It works on autopilot. But one of the things to understand about this store is that, like any business, it has good months and bad months, okay? Now, what happens is a lot of people in e-commerce don't know how to come back from a bad month. Okay, a lot of people in e-commerce don't understand that every business has seasons, every product has seasons. So in today's video, I'm going to be walking through how I do how I do critical management when, you know, the store numbers aren't looking good, because it's going to happen. It happens to every business. And hopefully from this explanation, you can learn how to essentially go ahead and fix your store if you're not getting the numbers that you desire. This is one of the months where we did like 8K in profit, right? The one thing to always do is track your numbers. Okay, you need to know what your average cart is, how many people are viewing your page, how many add to carts you're getting, what's your add to cart percentage, how many orders you're getting every single day, what's your page view count, add to cart order from. Now, the thing is, Shopify does give you these numbers, okay? But you need to record this yourself manually, because the thing about me is like the math will reveal a lot, right? This is another store that we scaled to 100K in revenue, okay? And over here, we tracked every single thing, right? Every single instant was tracked. We even tracked like how many people from the order form how many people that viewed our funnels went to the order form, right? What was the order bump percentage? What was the upsell percentage, downsell percentage? Like every single number was tracked, because, you know, a lot of people with e-com, they take things too personally, okay? They take things too personally, and essentially what they do is they make math problems personal problems, okay? They just make math problems personal problems. That's not something you should do, okay? And a lot of people don't even know how to identify where the issue is, right? If sales are declining, a lot of people just go like, okay, sales low. For them, that means product sucks. Not necessarily. This is not correlated, these two things, okay? Now, let's say you were able to get some sales, okay? And then it plummeted, okay? Now, if you were never able to get sales here in the first place, okay, then maybe your product sucks, or your ad sucks, or your funnel sucks, or your offer sucks, or something isn't making sense. That's fine. Okay, but if you were able to get sales and then this happens where the sales plummet, this isn't an offer issue. Okay, it's a math issue. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is figure out where things went wrong. Okay, now normally the first thing I do is I look at the conversion rate. Okay, what happened to sales? Okay, and if the conversion rate has plummeted, okay, let's say you were converting at 4%, okay, and now you're converting at 2%, okay? That's 50% drop in sales. Okay, now I have to identify what caused this 50% drop, okay? And there are only a few things to look at. And so basically what you're gonna wanna do is divide your business into niche, offer, ad, and funnel, okay, or website. Okay, and start the easiest thing to do is analyze your ads. Okay, this is an easy lever to pull. These two are more difficult. Okay, changes here are easiest, so that's where I go first. I look at my ads first, and then the funnel and the offer are sort of the last things I check, and the niche is the last thing I'll ever change. Okay, so let's look at what I'm looking at in the advertising. Okay, so essentially what's probably happened, what's caused your low sales figures is your ads were underperforming. Okay, your ads were underperforming. And so that's an easy fix. Now, what are we looking here for when we're looking at ads underperforming? We're looking at CTR, we're looking at CPC, and we're looking at conversion, okay? Or we're looking at purchases, Okay. So we're looking at these three figures to figure out what we need to change in order to get a higher conversion rate, right? How do we go back from 2% back to 4%, right? And so one of the easiest things to do is refresh creative, right? Refresh creative, okay? And so what I like to do is go back and look at the data and look at what ad angles were working, okay? Because what happens a lot of times in marketing when you're running a business is that you become very, what the best word to describe it is like incestuous, right? You basically get locked into this. You basically adopt a mindset when you were successful, okay? Is that I was the reason for the success, okay? It's any ad that I put out, I know how to market this. I know how to sell this product. It's me, me, me. I'm the best. I'm the genius. I know how to do this, right? So you're publishing social media, right? Let's say you're publishing social media and then you decide, hey, I'm going to publish this piece of content that I know is going to go viral, and it hits and it goes viral. Okay. And so that gives you proof that, hey, I know how to market. And so you keep trying new stuff because you now understand that, hey, if I continue to come up with new ideas, I'm going to go ahead and create more viral content. Okay. But the thing is, it wasn't you that created the content that went viral. You need to separate, like a lot of this is just mental. You just need to separate yourself from the result and do more of the thing that made the result. So if something went viral, like this piece of content went viral, your takeaway from that shouldn't be, oh, I'm a genius, I need to just produce more content. No, your takeaway from that is, my customer likes to see this content. And as simple as it is, do more of what people like. That's literally good advice for any situation. And it's just silly that a lot of us just don't do that. A lot of us try to continue to chase this thing called new, okay, just because it's new, okay? Or what's worse is we like to do what's easy, okay? But sometimes we just deviate from what was working. Okay. And this is what happened in one of my businesses, right? It was running on autopilot. And what happened is we continued to publish new stuff. We had outsourced all of our content back to an agency that was continuously pushing out new ads, pushing out new social media, pushing out X, Y, and Z. Okay. And then the performance first went up, then stagnated, then started dropping. Okay. Still profitable, still good money being made, but not as much as we were expecting before. Okay, and then we just did a look back to understand what had happened. And the thing is, what we were doing here, we stopped doing because we were chasing trends. We were trying new stuff. We were doing X, Y, and Z. And we stopped doing more of what was successful. And a lot of people get in that mindset. Okay, if you've done something to get sales, if you've done something to grow your business, if you've done something that worked, okay, honestly, you're just not doing enough. You're just not doing enough, okay? And then what we decided is we understood that there was a particular angle that we use, okay? We used a particular angle that works really well, okay? And then I just decided to literally fire my team that was doing this, okay? And me and my brother just went back to just doing it ourselves, because at the end of the day, that's what was working, okay? And that's just what you need to do more of, okay? And at the end of the day, what the sales number matters the least, okay? This is not the number that matters as much as this number, the profit number, okay? This number matters more than anything ever. And so sometimes what is profitable is what's boring, unfortunately. Like, you won't understand this until you've cross 7 figures in sales, but profit is just repeating something that's worked. Okay. And us as entrepreneurs, what's unfortunate about like the human condition is that we don't like to do this. We like to do this. This is where we're at. This is our entire mindset. Our entire mindset is chasing what's new, chasing what's exciting, chasing what's interesting, trying new things and breaking stuff that we've already figured out. But what's actually going to make you money is figuring out something that's worked once and doing that literally 1,000 times. You don't know, like, this is something I've gotten from Alex Hormozy, is like, you're not doing nearly enough of what's worked. Okay, so let's say let's bring this back to dropshipping concepts. Okay, dropshipping. Okay, so let's say the way your store is currently getting sales is that you're publishing organic content. Okay, and you're and that piece of content is making you money. Okay, and to visualize this example, I'm going to go to a TikTok page that I love. Okay, and it's called Infinity, and we've spoken about this for a while. Sorry, I had to go back, look it up, because this is the business. Okay, it's called Enchanty. Okay, and this business is the perfect example of doing more of what works. Okay, now this is the whole way that they make money online. Okay, all they do is make tea every single day in this cool looking teapot like this. Okay, like all they do is this. Every single day, without fail, you will see a video of them making tea, colored tea in this glass, and then pouring it. That's it. That's every single day. They rack up hundreds of thousands of views, sometimes millions, okay, doing the same thing every single day, and all of that traffic goes to this website. Okay, so I'm going to open this website. This is their website. This is, I think, their bestseller, right? And this is where all the traffic is going. They haven't changed this website in a really, really long time. Maybe they've made some cosmetics, but this is it. This is where all of their traffic is going, and they're selling a $69.99 teapot, essentially. And you want to know how much money they're making? They're making $300,000 a month doing this. That's it. That's all they're doing. Publishing videos, getting millions of views, and selling teapots. They sell 3 products. Before there was just one. Now it looks like they've added a few more teapots and tea leaves and tea bags and stuff. These are probably upsells that they're giving, right? But that's it. That's literally it. This is their entire business in a nutshell. Okay. And what I want to make sure that you guys understand is e-com isn't complicated because of what the business model is. E-com gets complicated because of the business owner, okay? And so the first thing that we work on when somebody comes into our community is the business owner's mindset. And that's why inside of White Label Dropshipping, which is my premier program, there's like 2 hours of me just working on someone's mindset, okay? Because you know, the biggest people, like unfortunately, like this is something that you will understand is your business is simply a reflection of you. Your business is simply a reflection of you, okay? And so if you can master better habits, your business will just improve. Like it's silly to say, but this is like one of those things that I implemented in my businesses, right? Where I now don't like kind of want to go here, okay? My entire thing is what made us sales, what made us profitable, and just keep doing more of that again and again and again and again, and just stack wins every single day. Okay, I know this is not typically, what you may have been expecting from a video about e-commerce and dropshipping. We went a little bit more introspective, but this is like advice from a real business owner, like a real e-commerce dropshipping business owner. Okay, the more of this I do, the better, the more money I make. Literally, the more boring stuff that I do, the more that I just continue to repeat something that's working, the more money I make. And that's why I'm such a big promoter of modeling, okay? I don't want you to spend time figuring out new, because what's gonna happen is when you go here, when you go trending, when you try and figure out something that nobody else has figured out before, you get shiny object syndrome, okay? And then you basically self-implode. I don't want you to go new. I want you to go, what has already worked for someone will work for you. What has already worked for someone will work for you, okay? And you just need to do more. You just need to do better, and you just need to amplify. That's it. That's all it is. That's all making money online is. Okay, and so let's take this, for example, this Enchanty, for example, right? So this is how we help business owners make their first money online. If you saw yesterday's video, it's a whole case study of how somebody made their first 10K online, right? But this is how we help, like, literally business owners make money online. So I'm going to just go to shopfunnels.net. Okay. And I'm going to take you inside white label dropshipping. Okay. And this exact store that you saw, T, okay, they've not changed it for a while. Okay. And so what we do is we essentially find these businesses, replicate them, and basically make it available for you. So this entire T store is available for you. And what I've done is I've, literally added to it and made it a lot more better. But essentially it's modeling this store pretty similarly. Okay. The images are done, pricing is done, the rebranding is done. And what we allow you to do is import this funnel into Shop Funnels or import this into Shopify. If you literally have the ability to make videos of this every single day, which is what I advise someone to do inside, and he made his first sales online ever selling these teapots. If you can just wake up every single day, make money like this, send traffic to this website, which will outperform this website every single day. We've modeled it pretty well and we've actually added to it. Okay. If you can do this, I don't see why you couldn't make money online. Okay. So this is my advice to you is model, do more of what's already working and go back and figure out how people have made money online. Don't try and reverse engineer everything. Okay. Just go ahead. I'm saying the opposite. Go ahead and reverse engineer everything. Don't try and recreate everything. Don't try and make everything new. New doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make money online. But if you follow in the footsteps of someone that's already done it, your chances of success, like look at this, your chances of success, because we're modeling someone so closely, will be infinitely higher. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys got a ton of value. Let me know in the comments down below if there are any questions that I didn't answer, and I'd be more than happy to answer them in the comments down below. And if you have the time, check out White Label Dropshipping. It's where we help you one-on-one personally to help build and launch your e-commerce store. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll catch you guys next one. Peace.